All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, We like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. We like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, as you can see, the title of the lesson, prophecy is taking over. You know, this is the time that we're in. You know, where pretty much everything that the Lord have been saying is now manifesting. It's been made clear and obvious, you know, what the scripture have been prophesying. Because ultimately, it was going to be in this time where these things were set to take place. That's why it's making sense. You know, matter of fact, get the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Because now, since we, in matter of fact, you got the blue letter. Get the blue letter, matter of fact. Because prophecy and time goes hand in hand, man. You know, you had these men, prophets of old, to prophesy these things, you know, thousands of years before it took place. And now we here. We in the future now, man. Pretty much. We in the future now. Well, the arrows are now on the scene. You have the MOTB. All these things that's an effort to fulfill prophecy is here, man. You know, so you got it out.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 in verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
See, that vision, the prophecy, you know, and it's for an appointed time. And that lets you know that vision you're going to ultimately send at the appointed time. Matter of fact, get that word appointed. I think it's a phrase, appointed time.
The word opponent. The word opponent, the Strong's definition, it says appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says appointed. Strong's H 4150. It says appointed place.
See, an appointed place. Mm-hmm. It was gonna have to be a certain place to be set up in this certain time period. Babylon the Great, which is America, man. That actually had to be here, you know, at the end, you know, because this is the kingdom. This system will be the one that's here when our Lord Yahweh Shai make his return, man. So America had to be here for this vision to take place. You got
appointed time.
See, an appointed time, which is the end. This is the end because this is the succession, you know, of all these heathen nations in their rulership, man. That's why ultimately when you read the Daniel the 2nd chapter concerning that statue of Nebuchadnezzar, that stone that was made without hands hit the feet, but that took everything else down with it, man. And the feet represents the end, you know. So this is why our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to make his return here in this time right here. This when this system is set up, America with this beast system, everything now is here now. No, like you know, before lights, cameras, action, everybody got to get in their certain position for the camera cut on, you know, and really pretty soon the MOTB is about to take center stage, man. You know, what's the some on it?
It's a little bit more.
Okay.
It says meeting appointed time. It says a sacred season.
A sacred season. Hey, this is it, because this is when everything is about to be summed up the climax. You got something?
Real
Come,
quick.
you got it, bro.
This 2 Ezra 9 and verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and an end.
See, and that, hey, that's, everything have a beginning and end. That's on all levels. From a man, you a baby, you an infant, then you grow into a toddler, to a preteen, to a pretty much an adult. Then you become a senior and you end up dying. Everything grows into its perfection, then it dies. When you get that new car, eventually it becomes old. And ultimately the motor begins to knock. And now it's at the end of it. That's why I say it's all, because even which that was just scratching the surface, but concerning kingdoms and rulerships and empires, they have a beginning and an end. It was a certain time rule, and it was a certain time for them to be moved out the way. That's why scripture says, by measure have you measured the times, and by number have you numbered the times. Also, it tells you in the book of Hebrews, Allah Yahushua, he made the worlds. So that's concerning these different ages, which is categorized by who was ruling during that time. So read that again.
Con, 2 Ezra 9 verse 5. For like as all that is in the world have the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
See, and the end is now being made manifest, because now we're seeing the symptoms our Lord Yahushua told us concerning the end of the world. By the way of famines, plural, pestilences, plural, the evils, the wars and rumors of wars. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So that shows if something's at the beginning, it's a climax to it. It's going to be an ending. But just going back, it said the end is manifest. So we know we're at the end of the world now.
Is it?
We know we're at the end of this world, this age, this system. What else? It's just like saying a motherfucker on their deathbed coughing up blood. Eventually, you're gonna write it, circle it and drain. Eventually this man's about to kick the bucket.
Yeah.
It's no different with America and the so-called white man, this beast system, man. We seeing the failing economic structure, the just the minds of these people, and everything else that contributes to the upholding of empire. We seeing everything being destroyed. We actually was witnessing the destruction now. Till the destruction, man. You got some.
Go back to Habakkuk 2.
Yeah, go back to Habakkuk. Yep.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
See, so going back, the end is being made manifest. We know we at the end of this place. Prophecy has consumed the planet Earth. You can't do nothing but to acknowledge prophecy now. And one way, form, or fashion, just for an example, concerning the Russia-Ukraine situation, is all of a sudden you want to talk about Ezekiel 38. Just something nobody don't know about the scripture. Now you want to bring out Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. You ain't got no choice but to acknowledge prophecy.
Is it?
Because it's taking over, man. It's consuming the earth. And the Lord, that's really Yahweh Shema Shai getting your undivided attention, man.
Because if I make you can't ignore it no more, man. It's gonna get to a point where you can't ignore it when there's no food in Walmart, things like that, man. Or even when the pandemic happened. They got to a point when people they started getting scared, they started fearing, they start acknowledging that high power, man.
That's it.
Hey,
get that word speak, matter of fact. Yeah, that's it. They gotta acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Which they ain't gotta do it directly. They could do it indirectly by just acknowledging that, okay, now it's hard times is coming. You need now you in search for an outlet when these things take place. They say more and more Bible talk is coming. That's it.
The Bible have been a trending topic on Twitter multiple times this year, man.
Yeah.
The Bible have always been a trending topic, man. I got that word speak for you. This the word speak. Strong's H 6315. It says to breathe, blow, to breathe. It says to cause to exhale or breathe. It says to excite.
See, excite. And that's what it's doing. Everything is now is like the Lord is kindling that fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's increasing. See, there was a point in time, you had a leg to stand on when we talk about martial law or World War III, the MOTB. These things that we seeing now. It was a point you had a so-called leg to stand on. But now, what else could you really do but to acknowledge the things, the prophets of the Lord was talking about, starting with the apostles and elders, man, a great millstone. Now you gotta entertain. Matter of fact, get Jeremiah 9:24. You gotta entertain the idea of, like I said, a lockdown. It ain't like they ain't had before, but a lockdown, blackouts, shortages, and just throw any word in front of it because there's a shortage on anything, on everything. To the point it's going to be shortage on answers. That's the time we're coming into. And this is the time that these people are now acknowledging. You got these people, these preppers, they're in that spirit. Because you ain't got what else can you do with these people are actually acknowledging that America is out the door, man. This power, this place don't have the strength, vigor as it once did. These other nations don't reverence this place. America is really a joke. Really, the so-called white man as a whole. But it's shown through his baby, America, the throne of the so-called white man. You see his state through this place. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck with the Russians got going on, or the Swedes. America is the that ride of the beast. So see, this bitch is the face of the so-called white man. You see in this place is going to shit. That means everything else is as well, man.
I got something back here. This is the book of Isaiah 24 and verse 4. Mm-hmm. The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Yep.
The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Yep.
The haughty people of the earth do languish.
And that's the time we in. Where the earth is in a state of mourning. This is the worst case scenario for just really life itself. The earth and everything within it. From the defiling of the air and the water, to the plant life crying out, the animals. Because of the influence of the so-called white man. But it said the world languisheth, which is this age, this system, that's beginning to languish, man. That's why I said the haughty people of the earth do languish. Meaning the so-called white man, he has grown feeble. He has become weak. We in the withering process. See, we actually in the midst of the destruction right now.
Is it?
It's being destructured. The very pillars that upheld this place is being taken away. A couple years back, you had the retail apocalypse. Then with the Crown Vic, you had the restaurant apocalypse. Everything is now being moved to the digital system. It just shows that, that's an act of desperation. When you really go into it, that this man trying to bring forth that thing, that's really an act of desperation. But that just shows that he knows that he had but a short time. Okay. But going back to that languishing, that's what it is. He is drooping, and that in itself shows that's not just on one level, man. That's on all levels concerning the so-called white man. From his what they call it, that's why they banned the abortion shit. Because of the lack of Edomites being produced, which that word droop. When you hear about these commercials, you hear about these commercials concerning low T and ED, where this man, his rod can't stand. Well, that's physical. He really can't do that, but that's spiritual because now he don't have that power, man. The Lord is now watering and giving this man prosperity as he once did.
You got it, bro. I mean, because all these other nations, they can see it too. Mm-hmm. They can see that America is not as powerful as it was even 5-10 years ago, the early 2000s. They ain't even got the juice they had back then. Yeah. Because one of the things that make everything a level playing field is those missiles, man. That's it. And basically, just going back to all those statistics and everybody's seeing the withering of this devil. I got a precept to back you up. It says, "In all the trees of the field shall know." Oh, it's like this is Ezekiel 17:24. Mm-hmm. It says, "In all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree." And it says, "All the trees of the field." That goes back into these these different nations. They can see this place withering. They can see this place drooping down, not being erect. You know what I'm saying? Because this place is full of fucking folly, man.
Yep.
You know, continuing on. It says, "Have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree." Who that is? The nation of Israel. Have dried up the green tree. And in Esau, he's been dried up, man. For lack of better words, his money is running dry. You know, economically, the architecture, and on all levels, this devil have been brought low. He have been dried up, man.
His wisdom.
So
that's the beginning of his fall. You know, that's why we read Jeremiah 49th chapter concerning Edom. Mm-hmm. First thing was mentioned was the wisdom perishing. That's the beginning of your downfall, man. And they said it's being dried up. Mm-hmm. He ain't prospering. That's why ultimately is going to lead to him bringing forth his military, man.
Okay.
You got to go.
Okay. It says, "Have dried up the green tree and have made the dry tree to flourish. Mm-hmm. I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it." Okay, just adding on that, man, because the Lord, he's bringing this place down while he bringing us up, man. Because this town is not big enough for the two of us. Righteousness and wickedness cannot rule together, man. Somebody have to be in subjection, and somebody have to be the overseer, man. You know, this getting to the point when you finna get off that high seat and we finna get in it, and you finna get in that low seat, you know, and basically being your rightful lot. Because just like the brother said earlier, even the trees and these different creatures are crying out against this devil, man, for all the wicked acts and the wicked things that they have done upon the planet Earth, man. You know, because everybody will say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That's why it's a such thing as sad, seasonal, annual depression. You know? You got
That's it. What was that other
go back to the Habakkuk too. I'll read that Jeremiah 9.
Yeah, Jeremiah 9. Yep.
Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah 9.
No, it's 30 and 24. So like Jeremiah 30 verse 24. So like. But it's it, like you said, you know, concerning these nations, you know, it tells you going back, quoted earlier, Revelation 12, he know he had but a short time. Brother brought out Ezekiel. All the trees of the field shall know. Everybody seeing him, he said, this man and his they're just like somebody, your bank account in a negative, and it was on a billboard for everyone to see. But that's how it is with America. You got the depth clock, you know, with everything really red. It's just like, you know, and that's just scratching the surface. Back then, was it last year? The Capitol riot and shit. The whole world saw that, man. You know. So that just shows that this place is out of here, man. And it's going back. You ain't got to look at Germany or Australia or any of these predominant Edomite countries to see that they going down. Just look at America, man. You know, you got to go out.
Okay, this Jeremiah 30 and verse 24. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it.
See, and that shows that it was death threats the Lord was sending out. Those are those promises, those death threats. He says not going to return until he have done it. This is the time the Lord is going to do it, man. You talk about a great famine. This is where it's going to be on display. The sword, the evils. We finna see all these things take place at its highest degree. These great plagues. See, we finna see the famine is not going to be compared to any other time. The destruction, the sword war, we finna see that play out at its peak, man. In a plethora of other things that's going to cause the stress and angles, that's going to play out in its height, man. You know? But it's all an effort to overthrow this man and everyone that's joined with him. But it said the Lord, that's the only way he's going to appease his wrath. When you read, what's that in the book of Spirit's Great Adventures, Sirach 39. You ain't gotta get it. It's the Sirach 39. It tells you the Lord, he made fire, hail, plague, famine to punish the wicked, but ultimately it's an effort to appease his wrath, to make him feel better now. That you feel better. You put a flare to death. You put a flare to death, man. What a euphoria you will feel, man. It tells we rejoicing. Going back to Jeremiah 9, tells the Lord delight in judgment. We in the same spirit, man.
Is it?
So judgment has to take place upon the planet Earth. Also, it tells you, matter of fact, get this real quick. Isaiah 59 and 15, I believe, because it tells you it displeased the Lord that there was no judgment.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah 59 and verse 15. Yeah, the truth felleth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey.
See, and that's what happened. We have pretty much made ourselves a prey to this place, to this world, because we have departed from evil. We have threw off the uniform of an American and put on the covering of Yahweh Shai. And by doing that, automatically you have become an enemy of the world, man. You got it.
It says, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
See, there's no judgment going out. Only wickedness, man. And that's why this place have to be judged. It must. This is mandatory, man. That's why I said his spirit ain't gonna return till he have done it. You gotta get this nigga, man. That's the only way it's gonna be made right.
Come on. That's a part of the justice.
That's it.
I got some for you real quick. Psalms 89 and 14. That's justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne.
You got it.
So that's what the Lord throne is established upon, justice and judgment. Because it's going to be justice, the Lord taking this devil out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It says, mercy and truth shall go before thy face. And that's a part of the Lord having mercy upon us by taking this devil out. Because he's the guy that's the cause of our oppression, man. He's the guy that's the cause of us suffering in this place, man. And how the Lord's going to have mercy upon us by taking this guy out, man. Because you don't look for Esau for mercy, man. Yeah. Don't look for Esau for lack of better words, to make everything right. No, we waiting on Yahweh Shai to make everything right, man.
Hey, jump down to verse 20 on
that. Psalms 89 and 20. It says, I have found David my servant with my holy oil, and I have anointed him.
Yeah, and that's concerning the house of David. The Lord pretty much have anointed the house of David with that oil, which is this truth, man.
Is it?
That's that mercy, man. You got it.
It says, with whom my hand shall be established, mine also, so I can read it again. With whom my hand shall be established, mine arm also shall strengthen him.
And that's Yahweh Shai, man. It's through Yahweh Shai. That's who we lean upon. That's our foundation right there, man. You got it.
The enemy shall not exact upon him.
See, the enemy shall not exact upon him. Who was that? Esau, Edom. You got it.
Nor the son of wickedness afflict him.
See, the son of wickedness. So, because guess what? It's gonna be in this time, this generation, where this man is really finna make his move, man. The so-called white man, his technology and shit. You got these drawing mechanical dolls. This is the time. This man is really about to, you thought it was bad in 7 AD. You finna see the days of vengeance, which that happened in that time. But we finna see it once again take place, man. You got it?
God. It says, I will beat down. It's like, and I will beat down his foes before his face.
See, and I will beat down his foes before his face. You got it?
God.
See, and that's you feel good then. Feed it, which you don't be carnal. Ain't like you wanna. Unless you have to defend yourself, that's a different ball game. But concerning Yahweh Shai, the Lord always take the offensive approach, man. The Lord is always on the offense. It's not the Lord blocking up. That's never the case, man. He's always on the offensive. So that's why Scripture said, I send the sword, I send the famine, I do this, I do that. when I beat down his foes, you got it.
It says, and when I beat down his foes before his face.
Before his face, because we're going to witness this. Like I said, we're going to actually see these plagues take place in the greatness of it, the highest degree. Because the Lord, he's going to beat them. Matter of fact, continue on.
It says, and plague them that hate him.
See, and plague them. So how the Lord's going to beat our enemies down, how he's going to, go through with those death threats is through those plagues, through the famine, through the sword, the beasts of the field. You see these zoo animals that escape to newly created creatures you haven't even conjured up in your mind to know what that family visit, a dog or a bear, or we coming into those times, but going back to the Lord, this is the time where the Lord's first anger is about to be on display, man. And it starts by the way of these death threats. It says a sword is sent upon you, a fire is sent upon you. It starts by the way this word first didn't manifest into a sword and fire. So you got to know what.
Can I go back to Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 30:24. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it.
Yep.
And until he have performed the intents of his heart.
See, and what the intents of the heart of the Lord is that? The scriptures, man. Who have known the mind of the Lord. The scriptures is is like the intimate thoughts of Yahweh Shema Shai on what he's going to do to America, man. See, throughout the scripture from Genesis to Revelation is concerning what the Lord is going to do in this time. That's why you read Enoch talked about this. Even it tells you what was written aforetime, ran fire and learning. Egypt was just an example of what the Lord was going to do. Sodom and Gomorrah, all these kingdoms that came and went, Babylon. Ultimately, that was just an example of what the Lord is going to do in this time, man. So the intimate thoughts, that's why I said we're going to know the perfect will of the Most High. In its fullness, the end of it, because you knew the will of the Lord in the time of Noah. In the time of the Egyptians with Moses, you understood the intentions of Yahweh Shema Shai. So what about this time? What's the intentions of the Lord this time? To destroy America, man. To overthrow the so-called white man and deliver his elect, man. To establish the kingdom of heaven, that new era, man. That's the perfect will of the Most High. Because after this, there ain't gonna be no more wars. It's just we coming to the climax pretty much. And that's why this is gonna be talked about forever, man. But it said the intents of his heart, it's in the scriptures. That's the intents of his heart. Those are the promises, those death threats the Lord promised he was going to carry out. But it was going to be an appointed time and an appointed place. These things are going to be on display. With the world is going to be judged. It's going to be millions of shot throughout the world. It's not going to be destroyed. Certain parts of the world are going to get hit, such as Israel. That place has to be cleansed. But America, this is the venue the Lord have chosen to show his power. This place is going to be totally destroyed, man. But that's in the intents of his heart. You could read that in the scriptures. For an example, Isaiah 34, it tells you that this place is going to just be a desert. Only owls and shit going to dwell there. It says it in Jeremiah, in Revelation as well. Which it might say Edom one time, or it might say Babylon, but it's the same motherfucker, man. It's America. You got something?
I can finish this off.
Yeah,
It says, in the latter days ye shall consider.
In the latter days ye shall consider it. With one of those words for consider is teach. This idea is being taught. And guess what? Now you actually got to consider. You got to actually attend to it now, because it's like, damn, they keep talking about the family, and I don't think I hear shortages. Blackouts and martial law and more upgraded military technology, wars, plural, the war on information. All this shit is happening simultaneously. The signs in the heavens. Everything is happening at the same time. That's why you go back when you read the book of Luke, the 21st chapter says, and. because it's gonna be happening at the same time. So we know we at the end through the spirit of power, y'all by Shema Shai. Just look at what's happening on the earth, man.
Okay.
You know, but we consider it because it's happening, man. You got it, though, bro.
Kind of got something to bag you up.
You got it.
Because like you said, it was spoken first before it actually came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was spoken by the prophets.
Yep.
Isaiah 55 and 11. So
start at 10. Yeah,
Isaiah 55 and 10. For as the rain comes down and the snow from heaven.
See, because this message is from on high.
Mm-hmm.
This message is from high. You know, just that old they're saying, yeah, they came from up top.
Mm-hmm.
So they let you know there's an authority that's establishing the comings and goings. So as the rain coming down, this message is from on high and the snow from heaven, you got it.
And returneth not thither.
Yeah, because his word's not going to come back void, man. It's not like you ever seen the rain go up. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, that's why it tells you, even when you read Revelations concerning the angel pouring out the seventh vial, he cried out, it is done. He didn't have a little bit of players left, a corner of the players left like that. You know, that was already too much. No, he poured it out and said it was done. So that's why it tells you also those spirits created for vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna rejoice in his commandments. Mm-hmm. They shall not transgress his word.
Mm-hmm.
So these words, these are not empty words. Or it tells you even concerning Samuel, tells you that he grew and the Lord was with him and let none of his words fall to the ground. So when this word is out here, man, through the spirit, it makes things happen, man. Pretty much. It makes shit move. Just like when it rained. Your day changed now. Let's just say you was prepared for a picnic that day. But since the rain came, you have been affected by it. You can't do a picnic now. And that shows that this rain, this word, that's what everything centers around as well, man. Matter of fact, continue on.
It says, and return not thither, but water the earth and maketh it bring forth in bud.
See, it watered the earth and maketh it bring forth in bud. So now we actually seeing the plant of the famine is sprouting to its perfection. That plant, that seed of the MOTB, it is sprouting and it's finna go on to its perfection. You seeing the fruits of it, jam decks and things of that nature. You know, these wars, this persecution, man. We seeing all these things now being brought forth and budding. Oh, what our Lord Yahweh Shai said. Matter of fact, get that real quick in the book of St. Matthew, the 24th chapter. I believe it's like 32. Because ultimately, you're going to see the words. You're going to actually see the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why the scriptures don't say behold for nothing, just to give it an old English feel to it. No, it actually means what it says, behold, because you're going to actually see it, you know, and experience it pretty much. You got it, though, bro.
This is Matthew 24 and 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and pull forth leaves.
See, and pull forth leaves, you got.
Ye know that summer is nigh.
See, so you see, the Lord gave us something tangible to you know, see it spiritually. Concerning just the fig tree, you see the fig tree, you see it starting to bring forth leaves and budding. Now you know what season you're in. That summer is nigh. You got it?
So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things.
See, when ye shall see all these things,
know that it is near, even at the doors.
So we know that the return of our Lord is near. Why? Because these events that's taking place upon the planet Earth, you know, and they are increasing. See, you hear about shortages and it might die down. Then it come back harder though. And this shit is coming back harder. You hearing more and more. Oh, concerning the burning down of warehouses and shit. It's increasing, man. Oh, because guess what? It was a point. It was just a whole bunch of recalls and shit.
Yeah.
But now they just burning the shit down. It's increasing, man. You know, it ain't like just such as fruit. You know, you might see such as tomatoes or some shit. You know, Jake already, you know, dealing with green. Just say for example, green tomatoes. Them little bitty tomatoes, and they grow and it's perfection, man. And that's what we see with the plagues, with the pestilences. You know, really the promises of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's manifest, it's growing its perfection, and now we know it's being made known and manifest because really it's prophecy. Prophecy is taking over the world. Everything is really centered around prophecy. So, you got something?
Real quick,
you got
it, you up. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And just like you just said, man, prophecy is the center stage. It's the center stage of our doctrine, and it's the center stage of the planet Earth, man. Because everything that we're saying, like you said, it's not falling to the ground. No, it's actually happening. You know, it's actually prospering too. You know, you said it that way, but it happened 10 times worse, man.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's what the scripture say. It's gonna prosper in the thing whereto he sent it.
That's it.
Because you could say it's gonna be bad, but it's according to man. But it's really bad according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man.
That's it.
You got it, bro.
It overexceeds it.
That's it. That's it.
Verse 2. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And again, the words that we're speaking, man, like I said, it's not like it's a lie. No, it's gonna come to pass whether you believe it or not, man. Whether you want it to or not, man. You know. But I'm gonna go back to that on Isaiah 55.
Yeah, we can wrap it up with that.
I'm gonna go to Isaiah 55 and verse 10 again. It says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth.
See, and watereth the earth. Not just a region or a territory. The whole earth is being affected by this word in one way, form, or fashion. From China, you know, to goddamn Ukraine, all the way here to Babylon the Great. This word is making shit move, man. Making the comings and goings of men is really centered around this word, and it's really in this transition. We actually in this generation is about to witness a transfer of power, man. What a moment we in. A monumental moment where you actually in the time where you could say, yeah, you was in America and you in the king. You actually witnessed an Edomite power and this nigga under your feet.
Yeah, this so like man, it's many righteous men have desired to see that day, man.
That's it.
Have desired to see, you know, that's a miracle too, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's like a for like a better words done. Ninth wonder of the world.
Yeah. That's it.
I never thought Esau was gonna get out of power and who was gonna rule, man. Yeah. You know?
You got it, though, bro. Yeah, that's it.
It says, but water the earth and make it bring forth in bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater.
See, yeah, because as these events taking place upon the planet Earth, it's giving a private things to expound upon, and is actually satisfying us. This is boosting our faith by the way of these events taking place upon the planet Earth. When you hear about calamities, you're hearing about these different war talks. When you're hearing about this digital system, the blackouts, all these things that's written within the scriptures is actually and is happening. That's satisfying us, man. Oh, that's why it even tells you in the concerning that bread. It tells you our bread should not fail. We ain't trying to die in the pit. So this just shows that, you know, we're next step, we're a closer step out of the pit when we're hearing about the famine. You're hearing about lockdowns and riots and all this shit. You know, war. That thing. That's our bread not failing. That's the Lord giving us bread, satisfying us, to hold us old. You know what I mean? You got it.
Yeah, come. It says, verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
See? Out of the mouth of the prophet. Just going and said Samuel. You knew Samuel was probably why, because everything he said, through spirit power, Yahweh Shema Shai, hell, man. So you knew he was a prophet, so it's no different today. You seeing the men out here declaring these things, and they happening. Or that's why I said, when these things get in hell, Lord, they will come, then you're going to know. You don't have no trust but the knowledge. That's really knowledge in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's it.
That's what it is. That's you're gonna acknowledge how by Shema Shai. So just going back to the title, that's prophecy is taking over. We seeing it's watering the earth. Everybody's being affected by this word, one way, form, or fashion, man. But it starts by the way the prophets bringing it out, and now it's manifest. You got it.
God, it says, "So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It shall not return unto me void.
Yep.
But it shall accomplish that which I please,
Mm-hmm.
and it shall prosper into the thing whereto I sent it."
So yeah, it's gonna, like you said, it's gonna over his seed.
Mm-hmm.
So Lord said He's gonna bring a sword. That's why it's gonna have to take divine intervention, man. Because the Lord gonna bring that sword. When He says He's gonna bring a famine, best believe it's not gonna be something where you got crackers left.
Mm-hmm.
When the missiles come out, you still got some crackers that you've been saving since the beginning time. No, we finna see the famine. But the really, man, just going back, is the word, man. Mm-hmm. It's the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, and now it's beginning to manifest, and it's consuming the earth, man. You know, and these things that's taking place upon the planet Earth, it's going to only increase.
Is it?
It's going to only increase, man. Mm-hmm. The only thing we got to do, we just hope and pray that the Lord have mercy upon us, man. And the Lord keep us from these times to come, because there's nothing carnal we can do to escape the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai. The only thing we can do is hope that we got to see on the ark. You know, so you got anything else, bro? Oh, no. So yeah, we just hope that we're edifying. We'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide soon, very soon.
Tonight.
Nah.